Okay, stop it right there. Stop it right. Stop it right there. At age 35, they in tax issues. They, have substance abuse issues, and we're not
Yeah.
shaming anybody.
For sure.
But we're talking about putting an emphasis on your character.
Like, people out here are hustling. Like, go ahead, hustle. But make sure you're able to take care of your family.
Don't sell drugs.
I sell them legally. I wouldn't advise you to do it unless you in a pharmacy like me. So, yeah. I can sell drugs, but I do it legally. Hey, yeah. No, for sure. If you don't come prepared, don't even show up. Like, don't even show up. Like, especially if I'm the one that hire you and I can fire you, I'm firing you on the spot. Like, you're not about to waste my time.
Hey, man, tell these.
Yeah.
Mr. Kelvin Allen is a career musician and healthcare insurance professional. He's traveled and worked locally in the Phoenix, Arizona area for the past 15 years, approximately. He's shared stages with many national and international artists, musicians, from gospel, contemporary Christian, R&B, as well as pop. He's currently the music director at Impact Church in Scottsdale, which is one of the largest growing churches in the Valley right now. I've had the pleasure of knowing him, working with him musically, and growing as a man with him. His daughter, Arya, my godchild.
Yes, sir.
He's a husband, father, a friend, and a leader. The silent assassin. Mr. Casey Allen.
Man, I like that. Silent assassin. Yes, I like that.
It's fitting for you, bro.
I think it is. I think that's why I like it so much. Because I'm out the way. Yeah.
You're out the way, but you're not. You loud, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You loud.
I appreciate that.
So we took a little different twist on this brand showcase because you're a peculiar character, bro. So I wanted to do an episode where we're able to do a little bit of like back scene reaction videos to some of the social media stuff. So we're gonna do that a little later on.
Okay.
But we have a few questions for you before we get into that portion. First important question.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you get your style inspiration, bro?
Style.
This is a serious question that people want to know.
That's pretty broad. I would say growing up, I'm originally from Ohio. Growing up in a musical family, being in church, like most church kids or church musicians, quartet was something that I grew up around a lot.
Yeah.
So quartet, then slowly but surely made my transition into R&B music, rap, stuff of that nature. I wasn't really a keys player at first. I started out on drums. I knew I could play keys.
You started out on drums?
Yeah. No, yeah, drums was my first instrument. Bro, I ain't started really playing keys until I was like 19.
Bro, this is the first time I'm hearing this, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Nah, like, bro, I was playing drums, I would say probably up until about 16.
What?
And then, yeah, I never wanted to be a church musician either. Let me throw that out there. I always wanted to do more just production, like rap, R&B, pop.
Yeah.
Because all my cousins, they were all church musicians. And I thought it was cool, but I just wanted to go I didn't want to be the church musician. I really wanted to go the complete opposite route.
That's wild.
So I didn't really start playing keys like that until I was about, I'll say 20, 21. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And we met, how old were you when
We're
we
about,
met?
I think I was like 18.
So you wasn't even on keys like that?
No, bro. Like, it would, say for instance, you dabble around on a certain instrument. You know you can play it a little bit.
Yeah.
But that wasn't, I used me playing keys more so just for production. Like R&B, pop, or rap.
Okay.
It wasn't to try to like play in church. I was not trying to be in church. Like obviously I was gonna be at church, but not trying to make a career out of being a church musician.
In your mind, I mean, I know a lot of us aren't.
Yeah.
But you weren't nice like that in your head.
No. Nah, not at all.
That's wild.
Yeah, even to this day. To this day, bro. Like, I think because it was like I said, drums were my first instrument. Production was more of my focus.
Yeah.
That was something that I always was trying to like make a career out of.
Okay.
And just being a full-time production. But
so you kind of just evolved into what what's working for you career wise.
For sure. Yep. Being around people like you, yourself, Anthony, George.
Anthony Cowan, shout out.
Anthony Cowan, George. My cousins as well. If I take it back to my cousin Wayne Brown in Ohio, my cousin Damon Bracy, even my cousin Jamal Hartwell. That was like those were people that I looked after.
Man, shout out.
Yeah, man. And Corey Tanner. Like I'm just throwing out names of people from my hometown in Akron, Ohio. So yeah, man.
Man, that's really cool.
Yeah, bro.
I feel like I just learned something else about you.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about your fashion, bro. Because I always feel like you are 1.5 trends ahead of everybody all the time. So I'm trying to figure out, like, is it who you follow on social media? Like, how are you getting the tips?
Bro, honestly, I would say social media a little bit, but at the same time, I try not to follow everything that everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Because I am a firm believer in, like, what you think is cool, rock it.
Right.
Like, I'm a firm believer in that. But at the same time, it's that balance of, okay, that's where the style is going. All right, let me tap into it a little bit, but not entirely, because then I'll start looking like everybody else.
Bro, we got to do some fashion work together, bro.
For sure.
We got to do some like legit fashion work.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
I'm talking about us taking the families to Fashion Week in Paris type stuff, bro.
I'm not gonna say my middle name because I don't like people knowing it. But I always had a dream. I'll say about 16 of opening up a store using my middle name, because my middle name is very abnormal. Like I don't think I know anybody with this name in general. Okay. Like first, middle name.
So
last.
do you want to hold it?
Yeah. Okay. Let's hold it because that's definitely, it's very unique. I'm the second, so only me and my father are the only two people that I know with that name,
bro. And this is the first time we've ever had this conversation,
right?
So that tells y'all a little bit about my eye.
Yeah.
So you had a dream of opening a fashion store,
for sure. At some point, man, it's
it makes sense now.
Being a creative, I think we just have dreams of doing more than just what we're doing at that point in time.
Right.
Being a musician, I think we have dreams of being a producer, somebody that's probably in the field of acting, like something when it comes to creating. Like, you don't want to just be stuck to doing one thing, I feel like, as a creator.
Yeah. Well, you wear it well, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
You when somebody looks at you, or I'll just say it from my perspective, even knowing you over the years, you haven't been bound to whatever it is that you're primarily doing. Okay. Like I get the vibe of like he's somewhere else. This isn't the only thing that he's interested in or that he's pushing for. Yeah,
for sure. It's actually kind of cool to hear that from the outside looking in, because I don't know what everybody's actually seeing when they see me. So it's cool to hear that.
But you do take fashion very seriously.
For sure, man.
That doesn't necessarily match what you give off. You give off, I'm very lax, I'm very go with the flow.
Yeah.
But that's not how you express yourself fashion-wise.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy hearing you say that.
Yeah. It's dope, man. So I'm glad I asked you that question. All right, next one. What has been the key to you working consistently and maintaining a good professional reputation throughout your musical career so far?
Bro. Man. I'm pretty...
And keep it all the way real, man.
I'm going to, man. Because, like I said before, like, bro, I'm so many great musicians in this world, bro. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times, a lot of people lack some of the basic things that kind of keeps them out of certain doors. Like even me being at my church, I've been there for going on 7 years now. I got there based off of like my bro Chris Simmons, one of our good
Shout
bros.
out. Shout out.
He told one of the worship leaders there at the time, Jordan Coleman, about me, and was like, "Bro, my bro, he needs to, or he doesn't need to, but he's in transition right now."
Right.
And so, hearing about me, hearing about my personality, hearing great things about me, not just from Chris, but from other friends of ours, of people just throughout Arizona, it got me there. And what got me there is the fact that I take building relationships serious. I take being kind to people serious.
Mm-hmm.
I take being on time serious.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be late, let somebody know.
Yeah.
I take learning my materials serious, and I think those are the things that's helped me along the way,
Yeah.
and I think that will help a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cliche. You hear people talk about it all the time, but a lot of people take that stuff for granted,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's honestly what has helped me over these years.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's great information. We don't want to gloss over like what you guys are doing at Impact Church. You guys released an album last year. It was
2 years ago,
was it? It
think
wasn't
it was
2023
was it?
on Apple Music.
Wait,
It's 2023. It
is it?
says 2023. Was it?
You
It
might
was a Come
actually-
On Now record.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. We recorded it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's what it was. All right.
Y'all released it in 2023,
Yeah.
and you know how those projects go. Like you said,
Yeah.
you can record it 2-3 years,
Yeah.
and then the process of releasing is completely different, which is also something that my brand and what I do, what we're trying to help different entities understand.
Yeah.
Like it's more than just playing a song and recording it.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot that goes into it. So
Yeah.
the church that you are the music director at, you guys released an album last year, 2023,
Yeah.
and you've released probably 3 to 5 singles.
Yeah, man. The church. Shout out to PT. The church, they've been working with when it comes to writing these songs. Like they've been actively trying to put more music out there. Like over the last, I'll say, year, the team they've written a lot of songs. I'll say over the last year, we've probably released 6 to 7 new songs just in our church congregation
Yeah.
alone. So they've been working, man. Like they're really trying to put a lot of music out there, man. Like
They're taking it serious.
for sure. I definitely like with PT. He doesn't play.
Yeah.
Like when he sets his mind on something, he's going to go for it.
And the reason why I mention that is I want to correlate that to the type of professional and the type of character person that you are.
Mm-hmm.
You're respected by entities that are taking themselves seriously.
Yeah,
And that's important.
for sure.
That's why I want to highlight that.
Yeah,
Because a lot of times, especially in this day and time, people get on podcasts, people say, but no one really talks about what their real reputation is,
yeah,
what the quality of the relationships of the people that they work with are. You got internationally known artists, worship leaders, if you will, that's been at 5 and 6 churches over the past 5 years.
that's crazy.
No, I'm not shaming. I'm not shaming
It's
anyone.
the reality, though.
It's the reality of, but
Yeah,
the consistency of the entity also has to do with the consistency of the people that they're working with.
yeah,
And you can say whatever you want to say about certain entities or church or this, that, and the other. If you're somewhere and you're planted and you're being consistent, no matter what someone may think about the entity, that says something about you, and that
Yeah.
says something about someone or something in that
Yeah.
entity.
That's real.
So I want to make sure to highlight that.
That's real.
'Cause that's important.
For sure.
I don't care how dope you may think you are. That character part.
Bro. You touching on something. Bro. That it's funny that you said that because that's always been something that I've been mindful of.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be one of those musicians that's at one church 1 year, following year I'm at a new church.
Yeah.
Or I might be there for 2 years and then like I've seen how that can kind of ruin somebody's reputation. You might be a good person, but it shows that you're not stable.
Mm-hmm.
Or it gives off the impression that you're not stable.
It can give off that impression for sure.
You might be a very stable person, but at the same time, whatever that church situation is, if you just keep moving, it comes off as you're not stable or you're just moving because this situation is better than the last.
Yeah. Let me throw in a scripture in there for the listeners. There's a scripture that says, don't let your good be spoken of and basically in an evil way or whatever.
Right.
So basically, your reputation is extremely important. There's also another scripture that says, let your light so shine that men may see.
Yeah.
It didn't say that men may hear your good works. It didn't say that men may, it said that they may see. They may have a perspective of your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. So your reputation is extremely important. Your character is extremely important because what people see in you, Paul also said we're open epistles known and read of all men.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm harboring on this point because people may not know how important their brand, their reputation really is.
Oh my!
Until it's not something that your brand isn't something that you can choose to have or not. You have a brand,
right? It's you. You're literally.
You are the brand,
man. It's huge. It is huge, bro. Like I'm teaching my kids even now, like the importance of how you move and how you carry yourself, even at a young age. Because certain habits that you create at a young age, it's going to be hard to break. If you already can't tell me the truth now, when you get older and you're running late to work or a gig, since we're talking about musicians, a gig, hey, I'm 25 minutes out.
Right.
All right, cool. Why are you showing up an hour late then? Like, bro, just be honest with me, dog. Like, and when that happens over and over, bro, it's gonna be hard for people to actually trust you, be able to refer you to other people. Like that's like your brand is huge, bro.
And it doesn't matter what your talent level is. Like there are people that get out the gate hot. They're in their early 20s. They on the road. They're getting calls because they're fresh, they new, and then at age 35, they in tax issues, they, have substance abuse issues, and we're not shaming anybody.
For sure.
But we're talking about putting an emphasis on your character.
Yeah.
And
it's important.
And that's your brand.
Yeah.
That's your brand. So thank you for that answer. This is a more fun question.
Okay.
DJ or live band? You going to a concert?
Oh, live band.
Tell us why, bro.
Because a DJ can only do so much. Like
the people don't know. You got to break that down, bro.
Okay, so if a DJ's playing, you're going to know what's going to happen in the song, whether it's the band or the singer. When it's a live band, opposed to just being a DJ, it's so much that can happen in that moment just with the band mates, the chemistry. They play off of each other. Yeah. Something may happen that you've never heard.
AI is coming to take us out. Sell it, bro.
Something could take place that you've never heard in the record. Like being live, like PJ Morton. Man, I didn't make it to the concert recently, but all the concerts I've been to, that
you put us all on to PJ Morton too.
Bro, man.
What was that? 2000? That had to been like 2010.
I don't remember when it was, but I can tell you what record it was. It was the Live in L.A. That was around the time when he had JoJo singing with them.
Shout out to JoJo too.
Yeah.
We worked with him at Elevate.
Yes, yeah. I forgot he was at Elevate.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, he had JoJo singing with them, and yeah, bro, that was the record with Third Degree on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody got hip to it kind of late. Everybody used to look at me crazy when I said PJ Morton. They be like, PJ who? But it's cool. Me being Baptist and then going to full gospel, that's how I knew who PJ Morton was. So, but yeah, man, it's live band over DJ anytime.
Okay.
Anytime.
All right, we just want to get that clarified.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, one last one. This is important.
Okay.
How do you maintain a successful career and a healthy family life?
Bro, man, that's an ongoing thing that you have to constantly be intentional with. Like, even right now with my family, we're doing well, but there's times where I have to be reminded, hey, I need you to attend to this.
Mm-hmm.
You get too busy with work life. Like for me, I'm constantly working, as you stated earlier. But just being intentional about just tending to your wife's needs, your kids' needs.
Mm-hmm.
That's the recipe of success for me.
Yeah.
Like just being mindful of that and being very intentional.
Yeah.
So, but it's an everyday process, man.
You're chosen for a specific reason, and as far as I know, and I like being a little edgy.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no kids running around.
Thank
town.
God.
You're married to one wife. None of us are perfect,
Right.
but you're doing an excellent job of doing your best.
Bro, I appreciate that.
I appreciate you doing your best.
I appreciate, man.
It creates a stronger community.
For sure.
Not only in music, but in terms of men.
Yeah.
What we're trying to build, we can be resources to each other if you are trying your best, if I'm trying my best.
That's key.
We've had several conversations. We all know our weak points
and
stuff like that, but to be able to have a relationship to where you can be accountable to others that are also doing their best.
Exactly.
And not trying to hide.
Exactly. That's real, man. That's important, bro. Like, if you don't have a strong community of brothers, like people that you know are going to tell you what you need to hear, and not just like soothe, whatever you're trying to hide. Like, if you have somebody that's actually going to tell you what you need to hear, that's going to make your life so much better. Like, I have you, I got like 5 other brothers that I know that's going to correct me if I'm tripping. They're going to be like, yo, get that together, bro. Yeah. And I'm going to do the same. But you got to have people in your corner like that, bro. Mm-hmm. I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. But if you have people that's going to hold you accountable, that's the key, bro. Yeah. That's the key for sure.
Well, I definitely want to publicly celebrate what you represent, what you're standing for, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, being a father, being a husband, being available. You are not, abandoning your family. I mean, there's things and opportunities that you can take that will make your family vulnerable. Yeah. And I see you making the decision to choose your family and then making the hard decisions of making the local scene work.
Yeah. For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, all of us can pack, not all of us, but there are some of us that can pack our bags and say, I'm gonna bum it out in one of the hubs, the LAs, the New Yorks, the Atlantas, for, instant gratification. Yeah. Or what we know as it'll be fun for a time.
Right.
But it's not something that's going to be long sustaining.
For sure. Unless you get one of them blessed situations, which is very rare. Like, it's Like we know people who are in less scenarios where it's kind of like that's like a once in a blue moon type of situation. It's possible. God could do anything. But
shout out to those that are able to do that.
Yeah, but it's like, bro, if you're gonna have a family, you're gonna have to make those hard decisions, man. Like that was what I definitely chose to do. Like I knew I wanted to get married. I gotta get another career outside of just being a full-time musician. Yeah. I gotta have insurance. Yeah. Gotta have good benefits.
Talk about it, man.
My kids, I can't not send my kids to the hospital.
You mean you're not gonna put some vegetable oil and pray over their broken bone?
I knew he was going. I was just waiting for that. I knew he was gonna say something along those lines. Yeah, nah, man.
You're not gonna do that, bro.
Nah, man.
You gotta work on your faith, bro.
Hey, wait, actually, let me say this. I'm gonna put the oil on you, but then I'm gonna take you to the hospital. I'm not about to put the oil on you and then put you back in your bed.
You mean, because I'm on this now. You mean you gonna pray and not have enough faith for that broken bone to regenerate itself? You really gotta work on your faith, bro. I did look up to you, but now you telling me about insurance and making sure you have enough money to pay your bills and stuff like that and take your wife on a date here and there. Man. Nah, you got to work on your faith, bro.
Man. Oh,
no, that's admirable. That's why we're having this conversation.
Yeah, man.
Bro.
That's important for sure. Like, hey, I mean, even if it's not, let me say this. Like, even if you don't have a 9-to-5 like I do, if you have another source of income, doing something, and church is not just your only thing, then that's cool. Like, people out here are hustling. Like, go ahead, hustle. You know, but make sure you're able to take care of your family.
Don't sell drugs.
I sell them legally. I wouldn't advise you to do it unless you're in a pharmacy like me. So, yeah, I can sell drugs, but I do it legally. You know.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
So
he said I can sell them, but I do it legally.
Yeah.
Yes, man. He's authorized to sell.
So yeah, no.
That stuff y'all getting out the back of your trunk and all that stuff.
You gonna go to jail? Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. Don't do it. That's a perfect segue. All right. So let's react to these videos, man.
For sure. Yeah. Let me see these.
The great Akin one day. The only owner and operator of Creative Collection, the owner and operator of the Creative Den podcast. We're borrowing their set for this episode. He's going to help us in this next segment. We are going to react to some videos, and we are reacting as individuals who currently work in the field of music and are active music directors.
Yeah. So this should be fun. Okay.
6, 1, c'est bon, ce des fois. Bring the beat back, Otis.
I love when you can just tell the band the first note of and you don't have to keep on telling them the numbers.
That's beautiful. Tell me you learned the song.
Yeah. And like the rest of the musicians, they look like they're having fun. He's the one that's working, which is dope.
Tag again.
Who was off right there with that bass?
I did it. I ain't hear that. I ain't hear it.
Keep it there. 6-1.
All right, this is where you make the money right
6-1.
Key guitar 1, get passive mic.
6-1. 3.
Yeah.
3-4.
And I can't testify for you. So take
You be yelling like that?
I do yell
do
like
too,
that.
I ain't gonna lie.
I do yell like
I be
that.
yelling, bro. When you get too excited in these moments, man, it's kind of hard to contain yourself.
But you're feeding off the energy that's in the room.
Exactly, bro. That's what people don't be knowing.
One thing I noticed, he didn't have to tell them. They all did the cadences of the hits, how he said it. So he said 3-4, and they said 3-4, right?
Yeah.
Like, that stuff is important, bro.
For sure.
And when you have to over communicate in those moments, it kills the vibe a little bit.
Nah,
So,
for sure.
so I would say that's partly the reason why he's yelling is because he has to, like, they need to do exactly what he's saying in that moment, unless the vibe dies, or the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's that, and then like I was saying before, like that excitement, like you were saying, like the energy that's going on in that room at that point in time. Like I know for me at Impact, when we get in those moments, bro, I'm yelling at everybody.
Yeah.
You got me in your ears, your eardrum will probably be blown out, like because when those moments happen, bro, and it's so organic like that, bro, just. I feel it right. Man, I feel the Shondo. Pull up. No, but no, it's a real thing, bro. Like in those moments, there's a lot of things that are taking place. Healing is taking place. Deliverance is taking place in those moments. And when you're really tapped in like that, like you're gonna feel it.
Yeah, it's an intense moment, and real things are happening, and you need to have the MD in your ear. Because it's the MD's responsibility to hold the weight of that moment musically.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you hear, like, the yelling, that's because it's intense.
Exactly.
And it's very important that you do exactly what that man or that woman that's in your ears is saying.
Yeah.
Because it's on them. Yeah. And that's their responsibility. That's what they're called to do.
Yep. And if you miss that moment...
Yeah. Okay. And even like looking at the video aspect of it, the energy comes through as well, because it's important as like we're talking about music in general, but as someone that does videos and is putting together right now, even like a live recording that we did, looking at the energy from the musician's perspective, it translates to the energy that the video is giving as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what
And one last comment on that. And that's what AI won't be able to duplicate.
Exactly.
But that's high level. That is decades of these people that are music directors that are working in entities that are making real impact.
No pun intended.
They're pun intended for this one.
Pun intended? All right.
They're in that position for a reason.
Yeah.
The people that are over these entities are high level spiritual people, high level business people. These people he's not in that position on accident.
Right.
So like I would just encourage. I'm encouraging musicians, singers, media people, that man or woman that's in that position, they have a heavy responsibility.
Oh my God.
Heavy responsibility, especially if you're doing it at a certain level.
Yeah. You just wanna provide excellence. I know we're not perfect, but when you're in those positions, you it's like you feel like, I don't want to say the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but at moments like that, it can feel like that because you wanna give your best.
Yeah.
You don't want to just do it, man.
Yeah. Bryce Farms, shout out. I think this is with Gateway in Dallas. This is The Blood?
I never heard it before. That build.
Yeah.
He felt that build.
Woo. That groove.
Yeah. It be the simple stuff sometimes, bro.
Oh, they just went to the 3. That's not the progression for the song, but that felt great.
Where do they usually go to? The 1?
Yeah.
Man, I love how they were intentional about everything. Tone, like we were just saying, tone for the guitars. You said that was the climax of the song.
Yeah.
Guitars out there. He was very intentional about that moment. What would you say his tone was? And I definitely felt like I heard.
Well, you talking about for bass or guitar?
Guitar.
Okay, so this is already very, very ironic. We're breaking ground with black musicians talking about tone.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of highs
For sure.
The bass frequency is already taken up.
Mm-hmm.
He has a very good understanding of you want to hit singular notes and you want to stay in the highs.
Yeah.
Especially in those moments to give it contrast.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do a lot. You don't need to shred. You don't need to show your latest lick that you learned.
Right.
He's simply playing the melody.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. He's playing that melody. And he's staying wide.
Yeah.
So it's probably a good amount of reverb.
For sure. Oh, for sure.
A good amount of
Valhalla,
reverb.
Big Sky.
Yes.
Which one?
Well, if you know tone, it doesn't matter what reverb pedal.
Mm-hmm.
It's about dialing in.
If y'all don't know, Isaac, wait, do they know you play guitar?
Yeah, we've talked about it a couple times, but that's for like 2027.
Oh,
okay. We're still in 2024,
Okay.
man. I'm gonna be playing guitar until I'm 102, bro.
Man, this man is amazing. Sorry, go ahead. I just had to throw that out there.
But they all sound like they have understanding of engineering, right?
For sure. Yeah.
So stay within your frequency. Don't do too much, but also be intentional dynamic wise.
Yeah.
This is why I love the drummer on this one. Bass as well. What I did notice, because this song is The Blood. I don't know. I think it's by Upper Room and Bethel, I believe. It's one or the other. And they're doing an alternative progression. This is at the climax, but it's not too much. It's very tasteful, like he did the 4/6.
Mm-hmm.
He also went to the 3, and he also went to the 1/5.
Mm-hmm.
Those are alternative things that can change the dynamics of what's going on without doing too much.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that build, and then when you got to that build, it was extremely, like, bro, it's crazy because I try to tell people all the time that's never played CCM music and that don't really dive into it and that just kind of brush it to the side. Once you start playing it, it be the simple things that from it that gets you excited. Like when he initially started that build, I said, woo. And then you even heard the dude that scream.
Yeah.
Like it be simple stuff like that. Like dynamics are key.
Like almost the most, I wouldn't say they're the most important things, because if you have dynamics but you don't have you can't. Feel is dynamics, bro.
I agree with that.
I would argue that feel is dynamics and feel are the same thing.
They go hand in hand.
And I think a lot of us sometimes don't understand that a lot of other ethnicities have feel, but they translate it by different dynamics.
Exactly. No, that's fact.
We translate feel by being busy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I might be onto something, bro.
Nah. I think, bro, like that's from my time of being in non-denominational or CCM, whatever you want to call it, that is very true. Like especially when it comes to the drummers, like bro, like they can hold a groove and will groove the heck out of you for a minute. It may be simple, but they will stay in that pocket and it would feel amazing.
Yeah.
Like they would give you one of the most simplest feels, but the intentionality of how they're hitting each note translates like crazy.
Yes. Or like playing in order. And I say it like this, like don't do any 8 bars. Like your 8 bars have to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't start a groove and then stop
and then
a groove.
change,
Oh my God, that kills me, bro. Oh,
hey,
if you just
it's-
play with some level of consistency, like to your grooves,
it's huge.
I'll even go to the extent of saying, I don't care if you switch them up every 8. I do care, but I'll give you that leniency.
Yeah.
But keep it consistent.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I think that's one of my, like, whenever I listen to certain things that's not like record wise. If I'm listening to other churches,
Yeah.
and then I hear a drummer do that, it's one of my pet peeves. Like, if I hear other drummers do it, I'm like, dang, like that groove felt amazing, and you switched it in the middle of that 8-bar phrase.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Wait till the 8 bars is over at least, and then switch it. Like, it's crazy. It's I would say, example wise, it's almost kind of like a drummer with the hi-hat. Then they switch it, and like it changes the entire feel and groove, especially if you do it in the middle of like an 8-bar phrase.
Yeah. There's people who have broke the rules. Chris Dave is the only one that can break that rule. But we'll save that for another video. Okay.
They lie.
Shout out to CJ, man. Okay, stop it right there. Stop it right there.
Yeah, bro. That if you don't got a lot band like that, that's not gonna come out clean.
If your
Don't try
band
this at home.
if your band doesn't have an ear, they wouldn't have even got that. I know
That's crazy.
I know tons of professional musicians that would not be able to duplicate that after calling that 10 times.
Church is different. Let's just say it now. Church is different.
He said 5, 6, 7, 1, 5, 6. So that means their ears are amazing. Like he didn't even need the number. He could have just said dun 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 dun.
Let's throw that out there. Church is different. Like it breeds different type of musicians. Like bro.
Who just said that? I think was it Babyface?
I don't know.
Somebody just said that R&B is suffering. Was it?
I can't. I did see that statement going around. I can't remember who said it.
What's his name? It's right at the top of my head. He married
Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri.
That's who it was.
Yes, Jermaine Dupri did say that.
Church musicians are different, bro. Like if you're a dope musician and you never grew up in church, if he caught that out, you're gonna be confused. Like even if you got a degree at ASU in jazz, it might kind of it's gonna throw you off. You're gonna be like, I ain't never done this before.
I think this is the beauty of this conversation, because the perfect world scenario is you having this ability, this feel, this ear, and contemporary tone and dynamics.
You unstoppable.
Oh,
you can go in any genre and do anything, bro. Like man. That's why I be trying to tell some of my cousins sometimes. I'm like, I know you're not into CCM or contemporary worship, but the benefits of it, bro, it would make you unstoppable as a musician. You already got all the chops in the world from playing in church. Yeah. But when you get the tone and throw on top of that, bro.
Let's play this one all the way through. Bro.
Yeah,
I gotta hear this.
I'm gonna get excited again. Go ahead.
Yeah, man.
Them boys. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. This stuff is fun, man. If I had to go like 2 months without paying bills, bro, I would definitely go. Hey, I'll go to Atlanta and play for free. Ooh. You went to that's
Oh.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
yeah.
insane. All right, we
Jay
get it.
Arnold's special, bro. He's a special talent. That boy in Oregon.
Oh, they gonna go in the groove? That's why they be having church so long, because they be having these young cats over here that just having fun, bro. No one knows what the lady on the mic is saying.
Ain't nobody paying attention. Ain't nobody paying attention. Ain't nobody paying attention. And if the musicians were actually in the service too, they still wouldn't be paying attention. I'll probably be a victim of not paying attention. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right.
Because they over there killing right now.
That's dope. They look like they're having fun. Okay, this is a dope one.
Dynamics.
Oh my, bro, he's my favorite dynamic drummer alive in contemporary Christian music.
That's a record build right there.
Listen to that snare, man. Look,
Yeah.
you see the hi-hat though?
That's crazy.
He can do more with 4 on the floor than
Simple, but it gets the job done.
the technique too, man.
Yeah. That was beautiful. Where's that at?
This is Bethel.
That's Bethel?
This is Bethel.
Man, I haven't watched anything from Bethel in a while, man.
They got some stuff out.
Really? Okay.
They're more, how would I say this? They're like carrying the mantle of classic contemporary Christian, and
Okay.
they're staying in that lane
In that
right
lane.
now, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. You don't need everybody doing what everybody else is currently doing.
Yeah.
Like, just stay true to whatever
And
y'all
but
doing.
they're still holding the standard. Like,
For sure.
shout out to Bethel Music, man. They're doing some amazing stuff. That's John Wilds in this video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got one with our fellow
Shout out to Edward,
our fellow brother.
Revere. Yeah, I believe he's
he still
still
there?
signed with Bethel. Okay, this is a fun one, bro. Back with CJ. Oh, this is Daryl Wall, isn't it?
That was unique. I ain't never heard that before.
All right, watch out, CFTN. That's coming to y'all next time when we sing "Great Are You, Lord."
Yeah, I ain't never heard that one before. Wow. Give you a little bit of Aladdin. That's the Aladdin vibe. That's
Yeah.
a little Middle Eastern vibe. See, when a singer catches stuff like that, bro.
So shout out to worship leaders too. So
Yeah,
like connect
bro.
with your band, especially if your band is tapped in like this. Oh my God.
That was crazy, yeah. Man, Daryl one of the best singers in the world, bro.
And shout out to Daryl Walls. I cannot stress it enough. If musicians keep your ear on point, it is going to open up doors. Like,
sure.
Oh my God, I don't have time as a musical director to think of what numbers is.
Just hear the melody I'm humming, brother, and play it.
But as a musical director, if you have musicians, and this happens especially in church, you have one musician that's at this level, and you have another musician that's at this level, and another musician that's at this level.
Yeah.
That constrains what is able to happen in that room. That's like putting handcuffs on an MD. However, a good MD is going to figure that equation out, and he's going to make the best of that situation.
Exactly. It's honestly, it's like being a coach.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know how to talk to each individual in however way that works best for them.
Yeah.
Like, it's being an MD is like being a coach. Like, you can't talk to everybody the same. You can't express certain things.
But the weird part is your responsibility remains the same, especially if you're at a certain level, because I would say, they expect the band to play to the capability of the MD that is on the stage.
Yeah.
So if they see a certain MD on the stage, let's just talk from the musician's perspective. If you see, we're not going to drop any names, but if you see a certain MD on the stage, you're like, oh, this is about to be this is about to be nice.
Yeah, they about to do their thing.
This is about to be okay.
Yeah.
Even if you don't know who the rest of the musicians are on the stage.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's also part about, I don't want to make stuff about brands all the time, but if KC is on a stage, if I hire KC to be an MD, I'm entrusting what is happening in that room to the ability of KC.
Yeah.
So if KC is yelling in the mic and you on a stage with him, he got a different level of responsibility than everyone else on the stage, because what comes and what is produced on that stage in that moment it's on him.
Yeah.
It's on you and whoever's leading.
And another thing that I would add to that, I feel like it's very vital if you have the capabilities of having people that will also be able to help you out in certain moments when you need help. I'm going to give an example. I'm going to be very vulnerable.
Go for it.
Yesterday, I was playing and we had some technical difficulties. Ableton started tripping. So I'm over here trying to do a quick test to try to figure out what's going on so we can get to the next one.
That's what's going on with computers when you see them on stage. It's not just to look cool.
Yeah, no, we're actually using it. But yeah, we had an issue with Ableton, and so I'm over here trying to figure out what's going on because we just finished the song. Yeah. I'm trying to get to the next song, and so I'm like, oh crap, focusing on this for 2 seconds. The last song that we just did was in 6/8. The next song that we doing is in 4/4. But because I'm moving so quick and I'm trying to keep the train moving.
You're talking music jargon. 6/8.
Oh, 6/8 is a time signature. I'm sorry, guys.
That's the beat, the tempo of the song.
That is the beat of, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
So I got confused for a quick second. So I'm like, all right, cool. All right, click ain't working. We going live. All right, cool. So, and I'm going to remind you, the next song that we're doing is in 4/4. So, but because the last song we just finished was in 6/8, I'm like, all right, guys, this song is in 6/8. So I'm start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. And then thankfully I have my brothers that's in my band that can also help me in moments like that when I'm overload and then I forget what I need to do correctly. My brother Monty and AJ both got in the mic like, hey, 4/4. 4/4. And I already started playing the song in 6/8.
Yeah.
And so, and then shout out to my bro Nemo, one of our worship leaders. He was starting the song, but he's a musician too.
Yeah.
So he actually kind of was able to play it off and whatnot. And so once they got me right, I started playing the song in 4/4. I'm saying all that to say that it's also vital to have people in your band that can help you out.
Yeah.
Because as MDs, you got a lot of stress. As the MD, you got to learn everybody's parts.
Yeah, man.
All the musicians'
Tell
parts.
them about that.
If you got 2 guitar players, you got to learn. All right, I won't even say just 2 guitar players. If there's 4 guitar tracks in the stem, I'm listening to all 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm the keys player don't mean I'm just listening to the keys part and learning them. No, I got to learn everybody's parts. So I got to learn 4 or 6 guitar parts, the drummer's parts. But thankfully, I have musicians that come prepared. But at the same time,
you still know the
still
parts.
got to do it.
You still know the
That
parts.
is what my job entails of. I have to do it.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So musicians, be your absolute best. And if you get a call from KC, just know that you're gonna have to be on your A game.
Man. Hey, yeah. No, for sure. If you don't come prepared, don't even show up. Don't even show up. Especially if I'm the one that hire you and I can fire you, I'm firing you on the spot. You're not about to waste my time.
Hey man, tell these. Okay, talk to them a little bit about that before we close,
bro.
Because I think a lot of people, especially when they experience me professionally, they may think that I'm a mean. Please have your boys back and tell these people how kind I actually am.
It's not being mean.
I'll give you the check later, bro.
It's not being mean. It's just a part of being professional. If you accept a gig or if you accept playing at a church, come prepared. If it's last minute, this is what I'm teaching one of my little brothers now. If you're going to accept a gig or just accept to play at a church, if you don't have it by let's say if they reach out to you a week in advance, hey, can you play here at this event on Sunday? If you don't get the music by a certain time that you know that you need so you can learn this material, if you don't get it by, let's say your deadline is Thursday because you know you're going to be busy Thursday night, Friday you got a gig, Saturday you got a gig. Okay, if you don't get that music by Thursday, reach out to them and be like, hey, I'm sorry. I didn't have enough time to learn this material because you guys didn't send it to me at a reasonable time. That's real. That's looking out for you as the brand, because you don't want to go into a situation being unprepared just for the check. Yeah. So from that aspect, that is huge, bro. Yeah. But don't be willing to take every gig just to get the check, bro. A lot of musicians do that.
That's a whole nother podcast, bro.
Don't do that. Your reputation is way bigger than that check, bro. Yeah. It's way bigger than that check.
And Domino's is always hiring. So I'm half joking. I'm half joking, man. You don't need to sell if you're primarily a musician or a photographer or whatever. Don't ever sell yourself out for your primary thing just for the check. There's too many other ways to make money.
Exactly.
Do not ruin your musical reputation for that $150.
Yeah.
No, don't
learn the music, and if you don't have time to learn the music, don't accept the gig.
Nope.
It's not worth it.
You're
bro.
Delivering pizzas at Domino's that weekend to get that $150.
Yeah. Seriously, man.
All right.
Learn the music. Seriously. Learn the music.
Bro, this was all great information. I'm not gonna say what is my favorite episode, but I'm talking music, and I love being able to react to the videos. Shout out to all of the content creators and all the MDs in those videos.
Amazing. Seriously.
This has been great, bro.
Yeah.
Once again, much appreciated. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, bro.
You are inspiring others. I know we're in this day and age where not a lot of people are able to give their flowers. We're in this weird information age to where connection is weird and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you're really moving the space forward.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate everything that you're doing. This has been another episode of IGuru Brand Showcases. We are showcasing Mr. KC Allen, the Silent Assassin. Much love, man.
Appreciate you, man.
We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Hey, have me back.
Yeah, maybe.